The show is starting.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, and welcome to the Astropub. This is the Captain's Table, a podcast in which we talk about Star Citizen from the various community members involved. Today we have a special event. It's the Gamescom streaming team for CIG. At the head of the table, we have Disco Lando, the man, the myth, the red one. Next to him, we have Bad News Baron.
Oh, I just got what you did. I just got what you did.
I'm smart. We've got Bad News Baron, who is lost in some other galaxy, far, far away. Underneath Baron, we have DJ Knight in his new gig at as Grimhex's janitor. We've got Twerk, who's
Mining
Twerk.
salt.
Yeah, salt mining. And we have Captain Richard, who is shamelessly self-promoting. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no.
Hi, welcome.
That is a spectrographic image of the gas behind Captain Richard.
Yes. It's what he's left from the last time he was here. Don't even want to know what the rest is. All right. So, anyways, with this crew here, I would like to let everyone know that we will have a question and answer section for this towards the end of the night, during the stream. And you guys can ask any question you want. I will not read every question if it's a question that involves when or like. If you ask, what are they going to be? What are you showing at Gamescom? I'm not going to read that because they can't answer that. It's going to be a surprise, whatever they're going to do. If it's a technical question, if it's a question about Star Citizen itself or anything else, like how do you feel about this or that? That's fine. Disco Lando, being the only official CIG employee here, will not be able to answer any of your questions about when the Banu Merchantman's coming. He doesn't know when, or won't tell you when trading is implemented, and he won't tell you when they will fix your beloved ship, for whatever reason it's broken, nerfed, or is causing you to vomit uncontrollably. He's just not going to be able to do that. So, with that out of the way, the first thing I want to ask you guys is, how are you guys feeling about going international? You know,
I'm excited, super excited. I'm just ready.
You ready?
But not ready for that flight.
What was that, Baron?
So where is Gamescom? Where are we going?
It's down the street from you, totally.
Oh,
It's on your home planet in No Man's Sky.
we have dragon trees there.
This is instilling me with a lot of confidence right now.
No, but seriously, I know, like, Richard, you used to live abroad. And
I did.
You used to live abroad, Lando?
No.
No?
I'm Southern California born and raised.
And DJ, you've been abroad when you were deployed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the first time is this the first time to Europe for anybody? I guess it's the first time for you, Lando?
Technically,
No.
for me.
No, this is my 14th trip to Germany. So I've been to Germany more than I've been to just about anywhere else in the world.
Nice.
I love the Germans.
So most of you guys are used to this kind of transition, except for Twerk, who's the poor
like,
cherry of the group.
I'm Portuguese. I went to Portugal when I was 4. That was the last time I've been to Europe or out of like the local. Like I've been to Mexico and islands around Florida and stuff like that, but Canada. But other countries.
Canada doesn't count. It's not international. It's Canada.
It's the upper U.S.
Yeah. So this is going to definitely be a really new and exciting experience for me.
It's still Earth.
It's still Earth. Not as
We're not
exciting.
going that far.
So how long have you guys been like planning this endeavor?
I originally, well, as folks know, if you've watched our broadcast for any prolonged period of time, originally we had decided not to do the traditional Gamescom event. It's just every year it's a rather big endeavor to pull it all together, and with everything firing on all thrusters, we thought we just wanted to focus on making the game and go with that. So in lieu of a big party, knowing that we still wanted to go, knowing that we still wanted to do something, special, because Gamescom is like our original home away from home. I came up with the idea of designing a show floor booth that would allow us to stream directly from the show floor, and maybe bring some of our community streamers and whatnot. That idea came about over the holiday break, December 2015. To that end, I had some folks in mind that I wanted to check out. You see people when they stream, but you never know what folks are like when they're not on camera. So I went out to PAX South in January of this year, specifically with the goal to meet DJ and meet Captain Richard and meet Matt, who I'd met a couple times before.
Yeah.
Absolutely no intention of meeting Twerk. If I have to be completely honest, I didn't know Twerk existed at this point.
Yeah.
No, we featured Twerk on like the very first episode of Wonderful World of Star Citizen.
Still didn't know who I was.
No. So went down, met the guys, and we started the talks about this there in January of 2015. That's where it all began.
So it started in about January 2016. I had a feel for 2016. Yeah, I had a feeling, with that was the case. So seeing like a lot of folks and that kind of stuff going on, that's pretty cool. And so have you guys all been like together talking about this since after that, or was it like the beginning of the summer? When have you guys get together and start talking?
Since January. I mean, there's not a whole lot to talk about. It's most of the stuff is most of the prep and everything is done on my end. It was just making sure that they could get the time off, making sure that first of all, making sure that they were interested.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have no interest in traveling halfway across the world to do anything in this world. So make sure that they were interested, and make sure they could get the time off from their respective jobs and whatnot. And once that was all set, it's just you check in, you make sure everything's still on track. You share ideas about things we're going to do. I've been sharing with them artwork and stuff as we design the booth. But we've been in talk about this since January.
Now, is there anything special that you guys are going to be doing while you're streaming? Is there anything like what will you be streaming from the booth?
We'll be streaming whatever the live build of Star Citizen is at the time. So we, like everybody else, hopes it'll be 2.5, but we don't make those decisions based on, we're not going to publish 2.5 because I want to stream from the Gamescom booth. So if it's 2.5, it'll be 2.5. If we're still 2.4 live, we'll start with 2.4. If it goes live in the middle, like if it goes live on Thursday, we'll be 2.4 on Wednesday and 2.5 on Thursday. We may still dip into PTU even if it's not live. It depends on the stability of the current build at the time. So it's you make plans, you make backup plans, you make tertiary plans, and you go with whichever one is appropriate at the time.
I'd like to direct this next question to Bad News Jar Jar, and ask, why do you have that?
That's a great question.
For all questions to Jar Jar for legal reasons.
Let me set the scene. Taco Bell, 1999.
Oh God.
Bar Binks, as a region said. Bar
Binks.
Bar Binks.
What are you guys looking forward to specifically? I'll just go around. I guess we can start with Disco. Like, what are you guys looking for specifically with this trip? Like, is there anything specifically that you're looking forward to more than anything else?
I am looking forward to spending lots and lots of quality time with DJ Knight, Bad News Baron, and Twerk 17.
Wow.
Ouch.
But
you notice that the colors behind him flared up a little bit further.
I actually affect the environment around me. That's why I don't have any green screen. No, I hope anybody that watches me with enough frequency knows that that's how I show my affection. I actually have a tremendous amount of affection for DJ Knight and Bad News Baron, and it's the way that I. Sorry.
You can't even keep it.
DJ broke me.
Tell us more, Orlando.
I had it, and DJ just.
I'm sorry. It's funny. It's
All right,
funny.
so now I have a tremendous amount of affection for Bad News Baron. No, it's
No?
I don't know what you're talking about.
no, they're with these things, it's always the same. It's always meeting the people. You know, we're having get-togethers on Wednesday night, on Thursday night, on Friday night, and on Saturday during the day, and it's the chance to sit down and hang out with the fans and get their feedback and let they always like to share their stories. It happens without fail. When we go to one of these Bar Citizens, people always share their favorite Star Citizen story, something that happened to them in the game and whatnot. And that's always the best part. Yeah, when it's if you're happening to watch this and you're lucky enough to attend one of these things, you'll the scene is always the same. It's me bouncing around from group to group all night, every night. I never sit down and never stop. It's trying to meet as many people as I can, engage with as many folks as I can. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Awesome. And next up, Bad News Baron.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to other than strangling Disco Lando?
Hang on a second. I mean, I've got a hole in my Pokedex where Mr. Mime should be, and that's really the entire reason I agreed to go is because it's a European exclusive Pokemon, and I've got Tauros, and that's around here, but I've got to figure out how I'm going to get a Farfetch because I think that's Asia.
Is that what you're looking forward to mostly?
What?
Is that what you're looking forward to going?
Yeah.
I think
Pokemon?
so. Yeah.
No. It's I want to. Well, first of all, I've never been to Germany, and I really like traveling. So, video game stuff aside, I'm really looking forward to poking around a little bit out there. And I also, meeting people is cool. I've never really gotten to meet anybody in the Star Citizen community who is from Europe, other than those people who have flown out to like CitizenCon, which is only a handful of people. I've met some amazing people at different PAX events and CitizenCon and things like that. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, I'm sharing a room with Captain Richard, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, you're sharing the room. I thought it was Twerk who was sharing the room with Captain Richard.
No, it's me and DJ.
Yeah. No, we're gonna have long
I
nights,
can breathe freely.
long sleepless nights.
We won't talk about the lottery system that was in place.
Who drew the short straw to be with Captain Richard?
After we found out what rooms we were in, the first message in the chat was something to do with a gas mask. That's all I remember from that.
I've been informed there really are no Taco Bells in Germany. So,
There are no Taco Bells. That is true.
But it's worse than that. There's nothing in Germany is made with preservatives or any of the. It's all natural, so it's all Taco Bell.
Oh man. DJ, what are you looking forward to?
Pretty much everything, man. Like, I've only been outside of the country a handful of times, and most of those were military deployment. So being able to leave the country for any happy reason, I don't have to carry a gun at work outside of the country. I think that's a good thing. So I think one of the things I'm actually looking forward to is trying German beer from Germany in Germany. Like, a fresh German beer from there. Like, there's a lot of beer that I've had here. It's like, oh, this is supposed to be the best German beer ever. It's like, one, last I know, from what I've gathered from people who've been there and who talked about German beer, they're supposed to be like room temperature. They're not supposed to be cold. And then you hand me an ice cold beverage. It's like, this is I want to experience a German beer in Germany. I want to experience German foods. Like, I've been practicing with Duolingo for the past month. So
Well,
It's on you. They all speak English.
yeah. You
I
won't,
don't care if they do. It's just the principle of if I get caught in a situation where I should know some basic things. I want to know the basic stuff. Where's the beer?
but you won't be able to. You won't be able to escape Kolsch. Kolsch is the local beer that's brewed right there in Cologne.
Mine beer.
So you will get Kolsch with everything. You will go to McDonald's and order a breakfast sandwich that will serve you Kolsch. You won't be able to avoid it. It's actually pretty good.
Nice.
Ein cerveza.
Un cerveza, por favor.
That'll work, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Das.
I stayed at a Mexican themed hotel in Amsterdam once called Casa Tequila.
Casa Tequila.
And the entire place from top to bottom was IKEA'd out, but in like pastel, fruit colors. It was in Amsterdam. It was a Dutch idea of what of Mexican culture was like. It was quite amazing.
It was like Dos Equis, or not Dos Equis, the like Corona version of Mexico kind of thing.
Yeah, no, it's always interesting. It's always interesting to go to one country and look at their interpretation of another country. There's a place in Cologne. It's an American pizza place. So you actually get to see Italian food, pizza, through the lens of American culture in Germany, and it's not Italian or American.
all the waiters wear fat suits. It's fantastic.
It's pretty good.
They all go around saying "America, America, America, America."
Yeah,
America,
I can't remember what the place is called. But we'll see if we can't check it out.
Nice.
It's pretty good, all the same, just different.
All right, and Twerk, what are you looking forward to most?
Mine's pretty similar to what Disco was saying. It's meeting the people, but I guess what's sort of different about I have no idea. I hear it though.
Not me.
I think it's DJ. Yeah, it's DJ.
All right.
I think we survived it. The thing that's I guess different about my stream is I start so early in the morning on the East Coast that I get a lot of people from that area in the stream. So there's a lot of people that are out there that I'm excited to meet and that are excited to meet me and stuff like that. And we've been talking about it now for a little while. So yes, I'm excited to meet everybody, but these are people I've been talking to for like 2 years, some of them. And it's crazy that I'm actually going to meet them. And I never thought I would have that opportunity. I thought we would just be talking to each other through screen names for so long. So
will you have to get new friends after you meet them?
Probably, because once they actually meet me, it's gonna they'll be disappointed.
If you dress as the lady again, it might go over well.
Nice. Everybody has begged for that, and I said no.
Prickles.
Nope.
Just one day on stream.
Trixie. Okay.
Can't happen. Can't happen.
I was going to say, Twerk, you're going to have to sanitize yourself once you meet Sergeant Gamble, though, because I don't know what happens.
Was Gamble going?
Gamble's gonna be there, yeah.
So.
Gamble and Tokyo.
And Tokyo. So yeah, you're gonna have to double sanitize yourself. I don't know. I don't think Lai can get both of them off of you. And Cat Mercer, what are you looking forward to? Because I know you actually lived in Germany for a while, didn't you?
I did. I will admit, I am kind of looking forward to it for that reason. I lived in Augsburg, Germany, for 3 years as part of a military family deployment. So it's been since 1995 that I was there. My family's all gone back to Germany to visit at various times. I've got some family over there, but I have not been back since 1995. So that's going to be quite exciting. But mostly, the number one reason is I'm just looking forward to bringing lots and lots of hype for Star Citizen to Gamescom. I mean, that's why we're all going just to get everybody excited for Star Citizen, bringing hopefully 2.5 out there or 2.4.1, and just get the juices flowing, get everybody interested in Star Citizen. That's probably it for me.
Captain Richard, get the juices flowing.
Get the juices flowing.
Yeah. It's kind of a gurgling, really. But,
By the way, I got the aerosolized amphetamines that you wanted. And I think it's going to go really well.
Oh, the main question. Some of the main questions I have is, have you guys done anything yourselves to prepare for the time difference, and B, still putting on a show? Because I know you guys are going to be streaming. Because most of you guys stream 4 to 12 hours on average when you guys are streaming. Even when Disco streams, he seems to stream for a very, very long time. So, have you guys done anything specifically to prepare yourselves for the this A, huge time change, and B, streaming in a completely different environment than you used to?
Yeah, I've been up all night. No, I'm going to sleep right after this podcast. So, reversing the sleep schedule 2 days in advance. So my flight actually matches the overnight schedule in Europe too, which is not an accident. So it's all designed so I can have 3 days of sleeping on the European schedule before I get there. We'll see if that works.
What day are you flying out?
I'm flying out Monday.
Oh, okay, Monday. All right, very good.
So it's never worked in the past, but I keep trying.
The stay up all night thing is usually the best. From I work in a casino, and I've worked from 8 a.m. in the morning starts to 2 a.m. in the morning starts in the same week. So it's something that I'm used to, and that's my training. I used to work 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. all sorts of crazy schedules. So I'm used to that stuff. So this shouldn't be too much of an issue for me, and the streaming schedule is relatively close to where I am as far as my sleep and schedule and stuff like that.
I say, but I know like DJ and Richard, you guys are late night streamers.
Yeah, this will be fun.
Yeah, you guys are going to suffer a little bit, I think.
Somehow I get the feeling I'll be fine because I can stay up till 6 in the morning, no problem, and then sleep 3-4 hours and go to work. So
yeah,
that's me. But I'm gonna probably sleep most of my sleep on the plane.
Yeah,
a plane ride.
Leaving a lot too. It's not to sleep, You wake it up at like noon. I figured that'll get me ready every day. Just wake up at noon. I've been drinking a lot out of this Oktoberfest beer stein.
Baron's been drinking a lot. He's preparing himself.
Been eating some sauerkraut. I was just watching Look Who's Back on Netflix for some poker stuff. I'm really
anything.
I've been staying away. I know that
for Hasselhoff
is getting into Duolingo. I've been staying away because of spoilers. I really don't want any spoilers. I think I'll be prepared, and I have like a Peter Pan hat, and that is probably close enough.
No Lederhosen though. We're not going to see Bad News Baron streaming in Lederhosen.
Bless you.
So, I'm looking forward to actually still having a job after Gamescom.
Oh. Alrighty. So again, there's you guys are streaming every day. So starting Thursday, right?
Starting Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
so
Wednesday.
Starting Wednesday.
Wednesday is actually the first day of Gamescom. It's not a public day. It's a press and industry day. So we will be using Wednesday to make sure all the equipment survived the move, address any technical issues. If anybody's ever done a LAN party, you know that all the computers worked fine before you loaded them up in your car and took them to another place. So we'll address whatever LAN party issues come up in the morning and get going. And then we'll start broadcasting Wednesday. Wednesday will be a shorter day. We're starting at noon just to give us some time to address any of the issues in the morning and to help us adjust when I get our coffee and all that good stuff. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the show floor is open to the public. We'll be broadcasting 10 to 6 every day, except for Friday. We're gonna close up shop about an hour early so we can all make our way over to the Gloria Theater for the party and help out there. And it'll be a lot of fun. We're broadcasting in tandem teams. So one person will be a primary and one person will be a secondary. Adding color, and then there'll be plenty of rotation. We got a whole schedule worked out, and then we got a second schedule, and we got a third schedule. Because you can never tell, whose voice is going to go first and whatnot. Because when you're there and you're trying to talk over 50,000 people that are all making noise, there's no predicting, whose voice is going to completely disappear first. I'll have a special prize for whoever loses their voice last.
Nice.
But we'll play a little bit of on the fly. You know, we've got a plan in place, but I expect to have to adjust. But everybody's got plenty of time for vocal rest and plenty of time to check out the rest of the show floor, and some folks, you know, they're got days built in where some of us can sleep in something and whatnot. So somebody's closing and opening every day. The only person that'll probably be there all 5 days, all time is me, just because there has to be, you know, somebody official to keep an eye on. All I mean, you see from this interview, there has to be somebody there to keep an eye on. Well, I mean, bad news bear. There has to be somebody to keep an eye on bad news bear.
Two eyes.
That mischievous wink, though. Well played.
So it'll be fun. And then we have the parties afterwards. But yeah, during the broadcast, we'll be doing giveaways at the top of every hour. So, you know, folks will be able to, you know, just standard Twitch stuff, you know, !Rapple, or I think we're actually going to use a different word just to avoid the bots. We may even change the word up. I'm still playing with it. Tune in to find out. But we'll be doing giveaways. We're doing game packages and hanger flare and ships and whatnot, and maybe even some brand new ships.
You hit it first. Possibly.
Maybe, depending on how things go.
Yeah, so what Disco's saying is that if the stream reaches 20,000 viewers, then he may give away an Idris. That's what
there will absolutely be a threshold rewards. I am a big believer in if you get this many people watching, you give a reward for this. You get this many people watching, you give a reward for this. So the more people who watch, like I said, just like the plan for broadcasting, our prizes are tiered and whatnot. So if we get a nice, healthy, sizable chunk of people watching, expect the raffle rewards to be better.
Awesome. So I'm gonna take it over to some of the questions, but is there anything you guys wanted to talk about? Because we can talk a little bit about the current events and stuff like that. You guys have all played 2.5, I assume.
Yes.
Baron may be the only one who may have not played it, because I know he's been lost in the world of No Man's Sky. So,
2.5?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be familiarizing myself with the controls
soon
of the new patch, but I'm gonna learn some general navigational stuff of where things are. But heavily, I want my first experiences, at least first impressions and reactions and everything, to be on Gamescom. That way, it's all. You know, I have a fresh. I'm gonna be hyped anyway, but I want maximum hype.
So Baron wants to be wrapped up to maximum hype. You do know that you have to see a doctor if your hype lasts for more than 8 hours, right, Baron?
I've been to one. No, I mean that was like a year ago.
Surgery took care of it. Should be fine.
This is my life now.
What was your guys' initial impressions from 2.5 though? Like, what's the one thing that just stood out for you in 2.5?
Mine might be different than most people. The stability was fantastic. I have played full streams so far in the same server with the same people the whole time, and that's really, really exciting. And then you get to experience all the new stuff that they put in, all with the same people at the same time. It's great. So out of everything, that's what I loved the most, on top of like tons of other things. But for me, that was actually the thing that was just fantastic. It's great to do long play sessions with your friends, because anything can happen then, right?
It's been stable, yeah. It's been I was going to say surprisingly stable, but awesomely stable. So that's actually kind of nice.
There are a couple of events that are triggered that can cause instability, but overall, yeah. So we're chasing down those events that cause instability. But yeah, it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
DJ?
I like the look. Actually, a lot of just the way some of the aesthetics, both in the PU and ArcCorp, especially. ArcCorp, it's amazing. But yeah, the look of certain things is actually a lot nicer as well. So that's much appreciated.
Did 2.5, like even in the PU, get an entire lighting pass? Because I see changes in Korea and Oliver.
Yes. Yes.
everywhere. It's just it's overall the lighting is fantastic.
The new lighting system came online with 2.5.
Okay, so just turning on the lighting system
Yeah.
brought all that to
Well, no, you still have to tweak what's existing
Okay.
in the system. But,
Is that the same lighting system that's going to be in Squadron 42?
in theory, it's the same everything that's going to be in. It depends. It's iterated thus far. I'm not going to sit here and say it won't iterate even further.
Okay, cool.
It's
I think the one thing that people talked about that they didn't like was the bloom. That was it. Like the bloom was a little intense for some folks, but that's just like that's a small minor it's the lighting is amazing except for the bloom or whatever.
Like all things, it will iterate.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first time they've been working on the lighting system for quite a while. It's been a big campaign by Nathan Gearsley and several others. The first time you guys would have seen it was in the Starfare video when we unveiled the Starfare. Remember that Meet the Starfare video where kind of like the hangar tour video? Yeah, you noticed that the lighting in that was like, whoa. And that was using the new lighting system. And then you saw it in the catastrophic damage of capital ships video and ETV. And now it's in 2.5, and it will continue to iterate. We're by no means done. We are continuously improving. So it's one of the things I love most about this project is we're never sated. There's a way to make things better.
I wish I had like a 0.8 build somewhere to play
It
that.
exists. I'm sure it
And
exists.
to remind yourself, just to remind yourself where you were and where we are now, and all the steps that so much has changed, and all for the better. It's been awesome.
Yeah,
I wish we.
So good.
I was just gonna say, I wish. I know it's not going to happen, but I wish we could both load into the new hangars and the old hangars just to see the differences between the two.
I mean, you just stare out at like ArcCorp. If you stare out and you see the old build of the Constellation and the Freelancer are still out there on the landing pads, you can just see how much has changed since then. Just like that's the old Connie.
Just to be a contrarian, though, I still miss my ramps and hoops and like the stacked barrels.
Yes. That was so awesome.
The Grey Cat buggy.
The shooting range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually didn't know ArcCorp was getting its moons. I didn't see the moons at ArcCorp until somebody posted it on Reddit. That was the first time I saw it, and I saw the picture and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
I logged in because I hadn't gone to. Well, I'd logged into ArcCorp, but I never looked up. It just I was like,
You mean in the middle of the day, actually?
Yeah. I hate you. But so I don't get a whole lot of time to log in occasionally. But so when I checked out ArcCorp, I was checking out the lighting change. I'm like, all right, cool. So I know what people are talking about, but never looked up. So.
Alrighty, so let me get to some of these questions here from the audience. Again, you feel free to ask questions, exclamation point questions, or exclamation point question mark. In chat, we'll give you all of the same link. Go to that link, ask the question. Now, you can't ask questions about anything, but I reserve the right to make fun of you for asking a stupid question. I am in no way, shape, or form an official CIG employee, so take that as you will. And the official CIG employee cannot answer everything. He can't answer questions about the community team. He can answer questions about Gamescom. He can't answer questions about when the Starfare will be able to have refueling. He won't be able to answer questions about when your favorite ship will come out, nor will he be able to answer questions about when Bad News Baron will develop the cure for cancer.
Say it.
Keep in mind we have a major presentation in 7 days.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to reveal anything here 7 days prior to our official presentation where we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff revealed.
That people are coming from all over Europe to come see, in some cases all over the world to see. So,
I mean, they're already here though, so you could just save them the time of watching the other thing.
Yeah, all 200 people of the entire Star Citizen community. Yeah, just do it, Lando. Just do it.
Yep.
Just
How many people are watching right now?
226.
226.
All right, so the first question is from a guy named Grakes. I think it's Grakes. Grakes asks, Has anyone, including Disco Lando, found his damn keys yet?
All right. I would like to clarify something. When people think I don't know where my keys are. I
He's
know
just
where my
learning.
keys are. I'm waiting for somebody else to find them. It's been Crusader's been open to the public since 2.0, right? So we've had 8 months in Crusader, and nobody has found my keys yet.
What?
Are you just telling us right now that there is actually an Easter egg of your keys somewhere in game?
No, I'm just messing with you.
That would have been awesome.
That would actually get kind of cool. See how'd you
would've
get
been
onto
awesome.
They start freaking out all of a sudden. They're like, what?
it. People are just going to comb all of the space between Alisar and Yella for Disco's keys.
No, I'll tell you where did I leave my keys in here came from. When I was in junior high, me and the other nerdy kids, when we were getting obsessed with, people had catchphrases. You always do that thing like, wouldn't it be cool if when you walked into a room you had your own theme music playing. So that, and when we were trying to come up with catchphrases,
Catchphrase.
I thought it would be cool to have a catchphrase, the thing that you're known for. And you never want to have the same catchphrase as anybody else. So in my struggle to come up with a catchphrase that nobody else would ever think to have, I discovered the thing that I had said most in life was, did I leave my keys in here? Because I'm constantly leaving my keys are not in my pocket right now. Yep, they're behind the computer right now, where anybody could take them. I'm constantly leaving my keys places. So I figured the best catchphrase would be the worst catchphrase in the world. And it's been my catchphrase since I was 12 years old.
Now you know.
Right. Nice.
Eric McKetton asks, how hard is it to drag yourself away from No Man's Sky to talk about stuff that isn't No Man's Sky? Not that difficult.
I don't think it's that difficult. Star Citizen's awesome.
I haven't played No Man's Sky yet, so yeah.
I'm obsessed.
I played it for 2 hours this morning, so I can't make an opinion of it yet.
I've probably played over 30 hours of that game this week.
Damn.
No. I own it. I haven't played it yet.
I've played that game since Tuesday. Somebody gifted it to me on Steam. I played Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen leading into. I was like, I'm going from space to space to space. For 2 hours, I played Star Citizen for 2 hours. And No Man's Sky, the second it opened up on PS4, was in there for 5 hours. The next night was like 8, and then Thursday night, again, for hours and hours. And none of these nights I went to bed before 5 o'clock because I was up super late playing this game. And then yesterday I took the day to work from home and then started streaming at like 1:30 through like midnight. It was like, all right, I've got to get off of this right now, like, because the game is.
Has anybody seen the movie The Jerk?
Yeah.
Steve Martin, Burnett. Remember the scene where Steve Martin is reading the letter to Burnett Peters while she's asleep about how their first date felt like it was only an hour, but it felt like it was 6 hours, and the second day was 12 hours, but it only felt like 3 hours, and then he's going. That's what DJ's entire delivery was very similar to Steve. That was the whole thing I was thinking of at the time.
Considering that dude is high level comedy, like it has been one of the highest comedians up there for a while, I appreciate it.
No, it's definitely the meanest thing I've ever said about Steve Martin.
From what I've seen on your Twitter feed, you're being mean to people is you're being nice to people for everybody.
Yes,
else.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm a broken human being.
In terms of No Man's Sky, though, it's a good game, and I don't think anyone here would deny that it's a good game.
Yeah, it's good.
And we're all space streamers, so we would all stream it anyways, and we'd all like it because we like space. But we also have Star Citizen, which is wonderful, and this is a good thing. I mean, we've got lots of space and science fiction now to go play around with because games like Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen have been told the rest of the game community, oh wait, this is actually a viable platform again. Let's try to make these games again.
I was going to say that. I
released
wonder what would have happened if Star Citizen and Elite Dangerous didn't kind of pave the way a little bit for it.
Well, what would have happened is Call of Duty would have made the incredibly dangerous and groundbreaking announcement of going back to World War II this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, they went before.
Battlefield went before.
Battlefield
World
went before.
War One.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a long running joke that franchises, when they're completely out of ideas, go to space. And you see it most often with horror movies, because for years and years, horror movies are the longest running franchises that have the most opportunity to run out of ideas. So every horror franchise in the world has gone to space at some point.
Didn't Freddy and Jason go to space?
Yes.
I don't know if Freddy did. I know Jason did.
Jason went to space.
Hellraiser was one of them.
Hellraiser's gone to space a couple times. Leprechaun's gone to space. The Ghoulies went to space.
Tom Hanks went to space.
Tom Hanks, the longest running horror series of all time.
Yes.
Tom Hanks.
If your name is Peter Scolari, it is.
Dreaming about his neighbor. Wilson!
Next question comes from Human Evil at Disco. Do you know what sort of performance increase we're going to see in patch 2.7 over 2.41? Probably not.
Nobody does.
No one does. That was a stupid question, Human Evil.
Gosh, man.
What is
I
that?
told people that if you ask a stupid question, I'm going to ridicule you for asking a stupid question. At Disco, again from Human Evil, is there any chance of getting the F7A body kits again? I think you've answered this before. But...
There are no plans at this time. That was a one-time thing for a charity, and it was sold on the idea that it would be. Well, we never explicitly said we'd never do it again. It's just it was a thing for that time at that time. So not to say that it couldn't happen again, but there are no plans that I've been made aware of, at the very least.
All right, and that was a good question. That was more towards the community side of things.
And the important thing about when I say there's no plans, that doesn't mean that somebody can't create a plan for it tomorrow.
Yeah.
It just means that right now, at the time that I'm speaking, there are no plans to do that. But hope springs eternal.
Disco is not, in fact, a future seer, so we cannot know what will happen in a month, sometimes even a week, because things change.
Chris Smith is a boss.
He is.
Every ship he's done has been ridiculous.
No argument for me.
Just had to say it.
Yeah, I mean, that F7A is just, oh gosh, I like the current Hornet series, but that F7A looks so good, man. I like the fact that he closed the bottom on it. I think it really streamlines the whole look of it.
Well, it's one of those things, every single one of our ships could be the hero asset in another series. I mean, any one of our ships is more detail in it than the main ship in Mass Effect. I can't remember what it's called right now. Normandy. Anyway, it's so nobody knew how to make an entire game with dozens and dozens of hero ships. So that's one of the things that we've learned along the way, making this game. And we build it and we revise, and we build it and we revise, and it's very common in game development. The more you do things, and the later that you do things, the better they get. Which is one of the things when people are like, when people get upset that their ship isn't in the pipeline yet, that their ship hasn't been built yet, or if they're waiting for a redo on their ship or whatever, and it hasn't come yet, and people are getting upset and anxious about it, the best thing I can tell them is waiting is the best possible thing that can happen to your ship. That ship that you've adopted, that ship that you've decided is your favorite, the wait is the absolute best thing that could happen, because it means when we do get to that ship, we have this much knowledge. If we make that ship today, when we made that ship a year ago, we have this much knowledge. Yeah. If we make that ship next year, how much knowledge are we going to have when we make that ship? How much better is it going to be? So I know it's not exciting or sexy. Patience isn't exciting or sexy. Nobody likes to wait for something, but it's honestly the best thing that can happen to your favorite ship. If it hasn't been made yet, be excited that it hasn't been made yet, and be excited at the prospect of how much we're going to know when it comes time to make that ship.
Nope.
Just keep the faith, guys, because one day they are going to release the Cutlass, and you'll
and not just be a model in your hangar.
Do you know what's really cool is that in 2.5, the pirates fly cutlasses.
Cutlasses, yeah.
I like
cool.
that.
I wish people could fly cutlasses.
Oh, but that speech that Disco just gave is something you've actually told that before, and Nubsy actually talks about the story where he was talking with you at PAX South about the Constellation Phoenix, and he gave that speech, and he's like, I feel good about that. I can't wait, but I can wait for the Phoenix now because I want to see how cool it is. So.
Going back to the other point, I can see the future. I can see life a month from now. I'm going to be extremely happy with 3 of the 4 people that are here.
Sorry, Baron. Sorry.
I can see the future.
So Baron's punishment is every time he streams, he's flying the Cutlass. Cutlass the whole week, buddy.
Also, just to give myself a little bit of crap, why was my default action towards seeing the future massaging my ear?
it was almost like
what was I doing there?
It was almost like you had an earpiece in that was called the future, and you were listening in.
What's that world?
He's contacting the spirits. He has to tap into the spirit realm, and he has to press the button.
Life that made this prognosticating the future. I don't know.
All right, next question comes from Sergeant Jock Itch. What, with the games like Elite Dangerous and No Man's Sky failing to live up to hype, and with CIG not fixing issues with Arena Commander space game fans who are looking to PvP have nowhere to go? Oh god, it's a Sergeant Jock Itch question. I
was going to say, at Sergeant Jock Itch, oh no.
I disagree with these allegations.
I can't even. Okay, it's a long diatribe from Sergeant Jock Itch. Hold on, let me get the whole thing so I can get I'll give you a TLDR. It's like a paragraph.
I think I know where we're going with this.
Do you guys worry about space game genre? This is what he's saying. His basic question. Do you think potential new games will play No Man's Sky and not want to spend more money on like gamers won't want to spend more money on Star Citizen? Do you think that like with No Man's Sky's negative reactions and other games kind of being a letdown for a lot of like non-space game fans that it will detract from say future people coming to Star Citizen?
You know, contrary to popular belief,
like one person's
Reddit, there are a lot of people having a ton of fun with No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
They're out there. We're having a blast.
I find that entire beginning part of the question hilarious because it got something like 500 hours in Elite, ridiculously similar hours in Star Citizen, and Star Citizen isn't even done. No Man's Sky I've been playing all week, and to consider them his failures is to have put expectations on them higher than what anybody that works on them has put. Like, I've been watching No Man's Sky since the day it was announced in the presser at E3 years ago. I ignored everything that wasn't an E3 presser.
Same.
Maybe a snippet of an interview of something, and then I would be like, all right, cool, I'll wait till next year to hear more about that. Games, video, it's awesome again. Yes, we're going to do this. And then when I played it this week, it was everything that I expected it to be. It's a survival game. It lets you explore planets. Lots of stuff is generated, and it does what I perceived based on my video watching. It did everything that I wanted it to. So people are saying I wanted to play with all of my buddies. What? I never heard that. That was never something that I saw promised. And even if you said it could, we all have played space instances. Star Citizen instances. If they weren't in the same instance, they would never happen anyways. Long story short, I don't care.
So
I don't care because Elite Dangerous is fun. Star Citizen is fun. No Man's Sky is a blast. Like all of them are. If you have not gotten what you expected out of this game, you expected something other than what the developers told you was going to come, and that's it. I'm done.
So this is sort of the danger of overhyping anything. When you fully believe that there is a thing out in the world that when it comes to be is going to revolutionize X or your life, and that thing comes to be and you find out that, hey, this is just another thing, then You're gonna be okay. So Suicide Squad, right? Everybody who was Suicide Squad were like so excited with Suicide Squad. I haven't even seen Suicide Squad, but my understanding was that critics saw it before it even went to theaters. Critics didn't like it, and fans were outraged and just completely like they wanted to get Rotten Tomatoes just banned and shut down because how dare they? Because they were so hyped when they came out. It's like, oh, it's just a movie.
There are probably three things at play that cause what this person's talking about. I can't remember the name, unfortunately. One is uncontrolled hype. Hype is a double-edged sword. Yeah, it's we want people to be excited about games and about our projects, the things that we're working on. But it's very easy for somebody's okay, this was said and this was said and this was said, and they extrapolate to this other thing that was never said, and then they say that's what was said. I deal with it weekly with reports that say, "Oh, Disco said this." I'm like, "No, that's not what I said."
Disco, just blame INN. It's always INN's fault.
No, it's not INN. But it happens, right? So uncontrolled hype is one of the things. It's one of the reasons I show up in Reddit, show up in the forums quite often, and I have to kind of lay the smack down on that kind of stuff because it's important to manage expectations. The second thing is that in our case, obviously, and this is what DJ said, the game isn't done. So you are always seeing an iterative version of Star Citizen A-Prime. The wheel, I'm often quoted as the wheel of development. There are things you have to work on, and some things on the wheel have to hit before other things can. So the wheel will return to Arena Commander. It will return to Arena Commander, and Arena Commander will get additional love and attention. I can't sit here and say when that's going to be. It could be 2.6, it could be 2.7, it could be 2.8, it could be it literally it's when it comes back up on the wheel with all the other considerations of all the other things that are working on.
Confirmed. But there is going to be a 2.8, by the way. Confirmed.
Confirmed on the stream.
Yes. I got to take what I can get. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah. So unmeasured, unrestricted hype. There's the fact that the game's not finished in our specific case. And then the third one is just the nature of the internet thing. Those that are unhappy, those who are shouting will always sound louder, will always sound clearer than those who are speaking in reasoned, measured tones. That will always be the case. The folks that are playing, and DJ, again, this is DJ. DJ said this too. The folks who are enjoying the game, they're not on Reddit. Yeah. They're not on forums. They're playing the game.
Facts.
That they're doing. So yes, there will always be people who don't enjoy Star Citizen. There will always be people who don't enjoy No Man's Sky, don't enjoy it. And when they didn't enjoy it, which is unfortunate, anytime it happens, if they have nothing to do, they go to the internet and post. So there will always be a negative connotation to most of what you see on the internet, because that's not just the nature of the internet; it's the nature of human nature. We complain about things far more than we praise them.
This is the Yelp phenomenon, right? Because if you go out to a restaurant and you have an okay time and food's good, you probably just go home and get on with your day. But if you have a crappy experience at a restaurant, you're far more likely to go like, how can I strike back at these people? Let's go leave a negative review. That'll show
what's the there's some statistic that I always hear from like customer service, which is like a person who has a good experience goes and tells one person, a person who has a bad experience goes and tells 10. So bad news travels faster than good news, kind of thing.
Yes, it does.
That fact was 2 hours.
Oh God! I just
No
got
Man's
that.
Sky was made available. 2 hours after it was made available, its Steam reviews were in the trash. It's like, okay, you have problems loading the game. I can see where you would dislike it, but that isn't a review of the game.
That's one problem.
Like you put thousands of people like, I can't vote it. It's like, all right, cool, get it refunded. Like, why are the reviews even available an hour after the game is launched? Like,
it wasn't even an hour. It was like a 0.01, 0.02. They had like 10 minutes maybe in the game. But most of those reviews, it was ridiculous.
I don't know. I think the big thing is that they're. I don't think CIG has any intentions to leave Arena Commander alone from this point forward, right? Like, it was always something that was going to be in the game long term. I think that's what like the real question was like, we want PvP, and for those of you, for like the guys that can't we can't do it the way we want to right now. So what are you gonna do? You know,
Will come back.
yeah. I don't. It's always been intended to be there, as far as I understand, from now and forever. Oh, the guy's jumping behind you finally.
It's the guy jumping behind me too. So let's take some more. Let's take some more questions.
Yeah, I want to make sure you get through from this. Has the stream schedule been finalized? 2 streamers each day, all 4 each day?
As we talked about earlier, there's a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C. Everybody's doubled up. It's like that. It's no plan survives contact with the enemy, and the enemy in this case is the reality of life on a show floor at the largest gaming convention.
And I think you said something about
like
a rotation. So there'll be like
yes.
maybe Baron, yourself, Richard, and Twerk on one day, and then DJ will be
you,
off.
You will see everybody if you watch all day, every day. You will see everybody every day with a variety of combinations. So you will see Baron with Twerk backing him up. You will see DJ with Richard backing him up. You will see Richard with me backing him up.
Excellent.
Me.
So,
Richard. So you'll see every combination.
Yeah.
If you watch all 5 days.
Sure.
The next question is from Swirly. Will there be a free fly week during Gamescom?
Yes, there's actually a post on the website on the front page of Barbara Space Industries. It has all the Gamescom details. Of course, as I say that, it's just occurring to me that there isn't information on the free fly in that post. But
there is a plan at least.
Bad link that post anyway.
Bad answer right now. But yes, there's a free play. There are 3 ships. I will when I am done here and I go back before I go to sleep for the evening, I will add information on the free fly to that post. So you'll know what 3 ships there are to fly.
There are 2 exclusives. 2.2. There will be a 2.8, and there's going to be a free flag. So, sorry. I got to get what you can give me, Disco. Come on.
We said there was going to be a free fly on RTV yesterday. That's not exclusive.
Damn.
Wrecked.
Agent 121370 asks, any already sold ships at sales at Gamescom? Like, will there be there will be ship sales at Gamescom, right?
Is this any relation to Agent 13124? Because that guy's. There will be a sale during Gamescom.
And will there be any kind of limited sales? I think this was who's asking. Like anything like that's already been sold, like the Super Hornet or the Delta or something like that.
There will be a sale at Gamescom.
Didn't know if that was also released at RTV or anything. Like that.
There's still some discussion going on. Let's put it that way.
Excellent.
So there are some things that we're definitely selling, and some things we're still discussing. So
wait a minute. If 2
Concierge sales? Sorry.
Oh, good.
I was just going to say, are they going to do the concierge sale where people can walk up and physically buy?
No.
Okay.
No. There will be a sale in line with 2.5. When 2.5 comes out, the Reliant will be on sale and the Argo will be on sale.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was going to bring up, yeah.
Yeah, so and since that will happen, hopefully, ideally, in very close proximity to the Gamescom, there's a lot of moving parts. Is basically what I'm saying. So it's you have plans, you have secondary plans, you have tertiary plans, but in the most one of the most beneficial things is to remain flexible. So we'll see when we'll see when the time comes. But there will be things for you to buy.
Can I ask a quick question?
What?
I just want to ask a quick question. Between Gamescom or CitizenCon, I'm guessing Gamescom is, of the 2 events, probably the more difficult logistically to set up because it's overseas and it seems to be a fairly massive event for CIG. Would you agree with that?
In years past, absolutely. This year was made much easier with the help from our Frankfurt office. Brian Chambers, a lovely person named Inez, who you will meet, was a big help.
She's awesome.
Inez, we've recently hired a new events person. I think he's got a post on the forums right now, officially. an official announcement, say, looking for volunteers for our Sysagon event, and of course, Sandy is just a machine. So between all of them, this has been it's been a treat putting it together. It's not the hardest event, not the easiest event we've put together, but it's definitely, just like anything else, the more we do it, the better we get at it.
All right, very good.
Awesome. All right. Next question comes from Wreckin' Havoc to DJ Knight. DJ, do you feel any pressure to grow out your beard, given that your fellow Gamescom streamers are rocking beards?
One, I have a beard.
He has a beard.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm shaving my
I have a
beard.
black shirt, so you can't see my beard as nice as you can with them with the red shirts. And two, my beard is fairly long. If I pull it, it is down to here. Like, that is the hair of my beard. But what I have is curly hair. It doesn't come out as noticeable as everybody else's. It compresses to my face and stays there. I'm sorry. But my beard is long. Like, if I pull it down, you can actually see that I have a reasonable amount of beard hair here.
It's the Irish in DJ's blood. It's the Irish in DJ's blood. The reason why it's so curly.
I'm shaving before I go out.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I just like to shave every now and
He
then.
wants to be different, so that everyone will have beards but him. So he'll be completely clean shaven.
I'm gonna shave my head.
Okay, Grakes.
Wow, that would be awesome. Just all of a sudden, hey guys, yeah.
Live on stream.
That'd be awesome.
Grakes asks, can each of you say your favorite thing about Captain Xylo? Please. He threatened me to take away all my ships if I didn't put this question in. I don't think I'm supposed to read that part. But
He has a
Hawaiian
very
shirts.
symmetrical head.
jeez, now everyone is different.
He wears a hat well. He wears a hat really well.
I'm gonna let everybody else go first.
Yeah, I don't want to hear discos. It's gonna be good.
He's actually a really, really fun guy to hang out with. Just otherwise, he's very hospitable towards people who actually either come visit CIG Austin or just want to hang out in general. Very chill dude to hang out with, which is pretty cool.
Sorry, the Disco moved his camera around, so I've got to try to get everyone back to where they're supposed to be.
Oh, I hit a button. I was trying to mute I was trying to
CIG's Big Lebowski.
Yeah, I was trying to mute my mic so that you didn't hear all the people over there. I accidentally hit this button.
Luckily, none of the cameras changed.
That's awesome.
Should I hit it again and see if it does?
You have no power here. Unfortunately, everyone else does, so please don't hit your buttons.
Did DJ
Press into the settings.
say his nice thing about Captain Silo?
I always say nice things about Captain Silo.
My favorite thing about Tyler is that he's a gamer. And when I say a gamer, I'm not talking about a person who plays video games. I come from a background working in professional sports. I worked in professional baseball for about 7 years. And a gamer in that context, which is the context in which I tend to use it in life, is someone who shows up every day ready to play. And that's whatever he's doing. I can ask Tyler to do anything, and it gets done. It gets done well. It gets done fast, and it gets done with all of the time and effort and energy that I would expect it to get done. We looked for another community manager for quite some time. Interviewed quite a lot of people, and when we realized interviewing all those people is that we had the answer already here, and I'm incredibly happy he's here. And the only thing I don't like about it is that he's in Austin.
Yeah.
That part drives me crazy. But it's better to have Tyler in Austin than not have Tyler at all. So.
Well said.
Now, if excuse me, I'm going to turn my camera off and throw up for a little bit.
I am not part of the stream team for CIG for the CIG thing, so I don't have to say anything. I'm gonna hold that. That's all. All right. Next question comes from Wreckin' Havoc for Bad News Baron to To garner more German fans, will you be modifying your name from Bad News Baron to Bad News Red Baron?
No, it's a trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap. It's a trap. I like how he just looked like, I don't know, should I?
That sounds like a great idea.
I'll eat some pizza.
Red Baron pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you got, really? That's the question?
Yeah, that's just the question. That was
Any question? Yep, we got all the Gamescom streamers here. We got Disco Lando here, and you're asking me if I'm going to change my name to Red Baron?
All right.
Topical.
There are no stupid questions here.
Oh, God, it's another Jock Itch question. Hold on. No, I'm not going to answer this question. Sorry, Jock Itch. It's a technical question. And most of it's already been asked. It's about the F7A and whether the upgrade will be sold. And then also he asked about, like, will it still have all these guns and those gun placements? And will its change do this, that, and the other thing? And I think the answer is we don't know. Bad question. Moving on. Can we get Star Citizen Squadron 42, Bad News Gaming, Bikini Baron, body pillows?
Yes.
There you go. Another exclusive.
Under no circumstances
You heard it here first.
whatsoever.
The Knight Rider asks, will the stream team being brought to Gamescom have a choice in controller to use during the stream? That's actually kind of a good question.
To an extent, we when you're doing big events like this, you look for partnerships wherever you can. Like the booth itself is partnered with Intel. All our peripherals are being provided to us by SciTech.
I'm kind of excited. I've never used a SciTech product.
No,
It'll be my first chance.
we'll be using SciTech mice and keyboards and HOTAS and.
They're great.
He almost said that with a straight
recommend
face.
purchasing them.
Every minute we move closer to that future, it becomes more and more apparent I was correct.
Alrighty. Next question is from XD the Gamer.
Actually, hold on. Before we go on, I do want to add that I've been practicing my skills in the office. So that at some point during the stream I can take controls and embarrass myself thoroughly. And I've been practicing on the X56, the new blue one that SciTech has, and I actually really like it a lot. Especially it's with the hat control. We've got our own QA lead, Vinny Sinatra, came up with a custom profile for me that I like a lot. So
I've actually heard a lot of good things about the X56.
Yeah, I really like the X56 a lot. So
I think what Baron is insinuating is that he will pack up his entire HOTA setup just so he can plug that into the stream.
I didn't say any of that.
You didn't have to, Baron.
I am very open to SciTech and SciTech products.
Yes. As we all are.
I too am very open.
I'm going to be looking for another job. In
The Gamer asks, do you guys think we're going to see some planet full of water and star stars in the procedural system like the one in Interstellar with big waves? With the big waves. I don't know if we'll see that, but we do have green. Isn't green an ocean planet?
I don't.
It's a Rio pool color.
Right.
Well, no,
I
it's
guess
the one that they do the like in lore. It's supposed to be the one where they have the Murray Cup. It's like it's where like all of that comes out of. I thought it was supposed to be kind of like a tropical vacation spot.
I guess the better question would be: is it possible? And you would think probably now, yes.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know, but.
And Disco muted himself.
Yeah.
Did you not hear that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Nice.
The next question comes from The Judge, 1979. Will Argo go on sale during Gamescom or when 2.5 goes live?
The current plan, and as always, plans are subject to change, but the current plan is to go on sale when 2.5 goes live. which has a very strong possibility of overlapping with Gamescom.
Yeah, and you guys just posted the prices recently, right? So that's cool. I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick one of them up. I'm not sure which one. I've been thinking about it. Which one makes the most sense?
Was it ever confirmed which Argo is actually coming with the Idris? I understand one Argo comes standard with that capital class ship. Was that ever confirmed which one it was?
Sorry, there is an Argo will come with the Idris, and Argo will come with the Javelin. As for which one is which, they're basically an interchangeable module. You know, you eventually you'll be able to move the passenger one and put the cargo one on, and vice versa. So, as far as which one comes with what, I'm aware of a plan in place, but again, until it's implemented, I think they're still deciding which one. I think we want to give one to one to the other, because they're so easy to switch back and forth anyway.
That makes sense.
And there's still one more that's been in concept that hasn't been released yet.
The search and rescue one.
Yeah. So. Alrighty. Will that be on sale as well, or is that going to be you're still going to wait for later?
Will the search and rescue one be on sale? No. We don't generally sell anything anymore until we can show you what it is.
Okay.
So we don't have that one ready to go yet.
The Knight Rider asks, question for Jared: have CIG taken the steps to not send all CIG personnel on the same flight to Germany?
Probably not for the reason you're thinking, just because everybody.
Wow, that just registered.
And different things going. On my flight, it's just me and Thomas Hennessy, so which I'm super excited about.
Oh, I just got that. Okay.
Oh, I screwed up. Oh, I still screwed up. I can't wink with the right eye. There we go. I have to practice my sly winking.
Wash Bear, I think this is more of a technical question, and I don't think that anyone has the answer for this, but when will the modular hangars come back? Where you can kind of bring in have more than one ship and like various different pads to put different ships on rather than just one massive.
You know what's wrong with that question?
It's a technical question.
Started with when.
It's a when question.
It's a when question. So no when questions, but that is in fact a stupid question. Next question comes from Tobatej. Where can I apply for being a translator during Gamescom? I don't know if they hire polar bears. Sorry, Toby. No, but you did say that are they still taking looking for?
There's already volunteers in place.
Volunteers? No. Yeah, for Gamescom's long since planned out and figured out.
I mean for the event at Gamescom though.
Yeah, no translators.
Okay. Next question comes from Pappy. Does the Bengal carrier have a precision approach and path indicator system, or PAPI system? It's a visual aid that allows guidance information to help pilot acquire and maintain correct approach. So something like some sort of visual indicator to allow people to approach.
That answer doesn't exist yet because it's not viable by people yet. It's when we're building the game out in front of people. When things become viable by humans, they go into the game viable by humans and whatnot. The Bengal is not a ship we intend to be owned by people. We're not we have no plan to sell it. There's the idea that you could find salvage in the PU and be able to repair that to some point, but that's not an answer. The answer to the question is not an answer we need today. That's an answer we're not going to need, not even tomorrow or next week or next year. So when you're working in game development, prioritization of resources and brain space and all that stuff, that's not an answer we need today. Mm-hmm. So it's not an answer that exists today.
Gotcha. All right. Chris asks, how's Ben doing?
Good. He's been at work for the last 2 weeks. We're actually we're hanging out tomorrow and playing No Man's Sky together.
Nice. Cool.
So because we're not going to see each other for 3 weeks, so we're just playing a real low key day and just hanging out and playing that over at his place tomorrow. Yeah, every day is. I think he's getting better. He's still on antibiotics that I'm aware of. It's possible he stopped. I mean, it's not a thing where I ask him, "Hey, are you still taking pills?" But yeah, he's back to work. He's up to speed, and he's back to leading the charge.
Good to hear. But he's not going to be at Gamescom, right?
Some tips for No Man's Sky. There's going to be a little tutorial prompt in the bottom right corner.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ignore it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't.
That's pretty much the best thing you could say.
If it says go to a beacon, go to the beacon.
Tell you non-stop. Hey, you
I also expect it to lag a lot and take a while for you to actually complete those tasks, even though you've completed them. Because
I have none of that issue.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I've seen it with my own playthrough, and I saw it with Twerk as well, where you do something and it would wait, like you'd have to wait like.
It was like half a second.
I had it for much longer than that. I had like a
okay.
minute straight up. That was also like late last night, so I don't know. Next question comes from Jericho Reed. Will we see your space helmet during Twitch, Astropub? Not this Twitch. Eventually, sure. It's a helmet, so I wear it. Space. Next question comes from Gimb, G-I-M-B. Can you please take pictures of the booth before the crowds get in it so we can see it in all its glory?
You'll see plenty of pictures. Around the week after, because we'll all be kind of in recovery mode, will most likely be a Gamescom retrospective. You'll see behind the scenes from the show floor booth. You'll see behind the scenes from the press booth. You'll see behind the scenes from the big presentation and party, and from all the different side events that we're doing. So that's what you'll see all that stuff in the week after, I would imagine.
I can imagine it's also probably going to have an article in Jump Point magazine as well for subscribers.
Don't put words in my mouth, Richard.
Sorry. I'm assuming I kind of phrased it as almost a question.
Next question comes from the Judge 1979.
There are
when
no
is the
bad
next
questions, Richard.
Not according to Paul.
No,
There are no bad questions, only Richard questions.
There are bad questions, but no one here can ask bad questions. Only the audience can ask about bad questions. Because that's how I treat my audience. The Judge 1979 asks, when's the next Wind Commander playthrough with Ben?
Like a week after I get back. The 25th anniversary of Wing Commander 2 is like the second week of September.
That's my favorite. That was the first Wing Commander game I ever played.
Yep. So we're already. You'll notice Ben is, if you follow him on social media, he's been tweeting about newly discovered cockpit images that nobody has ever seen, and he is. I ridicule Ben a lot, like more than anybody should for his love of Wing Commander. But the reality is, I wish I loved anything in this world as much.
I was going to say the same thing.
It's my ridicule of these guys here comes from a place of them absolutely deserving it, but my ridicule of Ben from a complete, total, and utter jealousy that I wish. Like those e-cards. You find someone who loves you. You find someone who loves you half as much as Ben loves Wing Commander. So it's absolute jealousy on my part. So he's already doing his Rocky training montage. I expect that's what he'll be doing the next 3 weeks while I'm gone, getting ready for the Wing Commander 225th live stream.
The next question comes from Darkstar100, and I'm not going to read it out loud because I think the answer is really we don't know. It's just asking about the F7A body kit, but I'm sure there's nothing that's been finalized about the F7A body kit, so they don't know. They'll see when it comes out. We'll ask closer towards it. Next question comes from Greyheart42. Are ships going to be hangar ready before flight? Yeah. Or are they now going straight to flight ready?
Generally, they will be hangar ready before they're flight ready. It's with something like the Argo, because it's smaller. It allowed us to kind of do both. But ultimately, there's no hard and fast rule that applies to everything. I mean that's true in life. It's true in game development. But generally, if you were in some weird, absurd betting pool where you had to bet on whether a ship goes hangar ready or flight ready first, bet on hangar ready first.
Good. Yes. Sorry.
Would that include the Drake Dragonfly that was actually shown, what was it, flying around Port Olisar? And then, of course, in the newsletter, we actually saw what looked to be a mostly complete Dragonfly.
Hold on, Richard. I'm losing signal here.
There we go. All right. Next question. We just let this go. That's all.
What?
Nothing at all.
And that's really the only answer I can give to that.
Next question comes from, again, Darkstar 100. Asking,
Richard, you're on my team. You're on my team for this week, okay?
Look at the spots you're putting in. You just put them in that spot.
And the stars just played further behind.
Asking about ESP issues in 2.5, but I think that's more of a technical question. I don't know if he knows anything about like the priority of smaller things like ESP fixing.
I think they know about it, so that's good.
We're definitely aware of it.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Hold on.
Oh, God.
When you're ready.
Yeah, brace yourself.
Well, you might, because this thought is admittedly a little bit hazy.
No.
But if light is traveling at the speed of light, then how do we see it?
How much longer do we have on this?
In all seriousness, we have about 20 minutes, so I'm going to try to get through a lot of these questions, but there are obviously going to be more questions than there are.
How about, has Mark Skelton been in contact since he left? How's he doing, if he has?
Not with me.
Okay.
Question comes from Mituachi. Question for Disco. With CIG's style of open development, are you guys where you guys give the community so much information on project's progress, considering how long Star Citizen development has to before it launches, do you think any CIG team will ever worry about other game competitors borrowing Star Citizen's game design or assets and implementing them in the game is feature or full released?
Worry about it? No. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. You want to. I think if you're serious about innovating in this industry, which I think we've pretty much proven that we are, you hope you don't innovate with the hope that nobody's going to follow in your footsteps. You want people to follow in your footsteps. You don't just want you want to make a game. You want to make a great game. You want to make the best possible game you can. But if you can change the industry a little bit while you're doing it, so no, I don't think we worry about that at all. I think it'd be awesome if more companies took a page from our book. I think it would be better for space games. I think it would be better for games in general. So no, I'm not worried about it.
Headclot asks for Disco, can you say when we're getting Delta patching? The patching system where, for those of you who don't know what this is, watching on like YouTube or whatever, that's where they only replace what's been changed rather than the whole, like having to download the whole client again.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Delta patching. I can't say when. The reason I can't say when is because the answer is the same as it is for most things. When it's ready, that's not something we hold on to.
Yeah.
That's not something. Oh, we can cut down on our overall overhead and deployment expenses, but we're just holding on to it for a while for a really special occasion. When that's ready, we usually push things out. Pretty soon after they come available. I would not be surprised if Delta patching goes out like the second. Like, it's ready, go.
So, but it's being developed still, right? It's like it's one of the priorities. Yeah, okay. I think that's mostly what he wanted to ask.
Yeah, the issue is you never want to duplicate work. So So in order to make an effective delta patching, you have to know your entire file structure, how to identify. Everything's got to be organized in the way that you want everything for the final game. And because we're still in game development, because we're still discovering how to organize things, how to tier things, the way that's most effective for us. That's one of those things that holds up to something like delta patching. So there will be a point where this meets this, and we're like, okay, we can push this forward with a minimal amount of redundant work. And when that happens, it's not something that you can predict. Not at least not something I can predict. Maybe people who are much, much smarter than I am.
You just gotta rub your ear, Discuss. That's the key. That's the key. You gotta rub your ear. Then you can predict it.
This is still saying I'm going to be really unhappy with Baron in about a week.
You thought I'd be the safe pick. I ended up not.
No, that was never a thought.
All right, so not Eric McKetton asks, who will be the big spoon and the little spoon in the hotel rooms? I'm asking for a
I will
friend.
always be the big spoon. Right? Let's not get this.
Wait.
Wait.
I
I think it's
Watch
impossible.
your room, and there are spoons to be had. I am the big spoon.
I want to talk about how fast and definitively DJ came in with that answer.
No questions.
This is obviously a conversation DJ has had before.
I was going to say, this has come up.
Mentally prepared to answer.
Me and DJ have already had this conversation.
Oh, God.
I still came out big spoon, so
I'm short.
We never
I'm a cocktail
actually
spoon.
asked if they were, a twin bed or a single bed.
King size. It's the honeymoon suite. You guys,
Oh.
got you guys the honeymoon suites.
That was never clarified.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was better to surprise you.
Rose petals in the bed, champagne, everything.
Richard and I are far more progressive than that.
That's right.
Which spoon identities?
they are comfortable with interchangeable spoons.
I have an answer.
They're both sporks.
I have an answer that I absolutely cannot share. Let's just say in a world of spoons, beef forks.
So Washbeer asks, will the party event at the Gloria Theater only include a presentation of all what's coming, some secrets, etc., or there'll be possibility of telling us for us to, so he's asking if there's just going to be a presentation or they're going to have a demo there.
Are you asking me to spoil what the presentation is?
No, he's asking if there's going to be demos and stuff like that. Will people be able to play anything at the...
But the fact that you don't know is part of the surprise, right?
But won't there be demos on the show floor of Gamescom?
No, what's on the show floor at Gamescom is Star Citizen Live.
Yeah. Okay.
The ice show?
The ice show. Yes.
Versus line.
Next question comes from Commander Z-Man. Disco Lando, are there any plans for an Idris set to be raffled off or reused at or by CIG? What? What are you asking? I have no idea what you're even asking.
I already called dibs anyway, so.
I'm going to move on, Z-Man.
How many Idrises do you need?
I have a couple. One more wouldn't hurt.
Lando, will there be any... No, I'm not answering that question.
Then no.
Yeah, no. It's about Cutlass info and any of that kind of stuff. It's just like he doesn't know or won't answer. So no. Flint Dragon for Disco. Will the stream team be given any really nifty shirts that say staff on the back?
We're not staff.
For the booth you are. Like booth staff or something like that.
Volunteers.
Volunteers, yeah.
I got a Star Citizen jacket.
Let me possibly.
Possibly. Okay. That could be a surprise.
No, it's just we submitted the order. We don't know. I don't know. I don't have the information about whether they're going to arrive in time or not. So that's where the possibility.
So Baron can't wear his bikini at the booth. Is what you're trying to say.
You know what I got? I got a polo with an embroidered fluffy on it.
I saw that, man. It looked
on
nice.
Twitter.
That is
Yeah,
awesome.
That was pretty awesome. DJ's already got his staff jacket.
Yeah, he's got that sweet jacket.
He's got his varsity jacket.
It is a sweet jacket.
The sweet jacket.
Commander Z-Man asks, is Bad News Baron excited to share Captain Richard's Just for Men beard?
I really hope that
It's monochrome for a reason.
I really was hoping that question was going to stop after Captain Richard.
I did too.
Excited for Captain Richard?
I'm excited to share Captain Richard.
Share
I want
Captain
you
Richard. So next question comes from Stip_. As far as you know, can you confirm? No, I'm not going to answer that question. That's a stupid question. That's a when. No. IDD asks, question for Disco Lando. Do you think the concept of make your own game works for solo players? Personally, I think solo players need more guidance through the game because they will run out of content way before non-solo players.
What do you mean make your own game?
I think it's just like the sandbox game style where there's no real goal that's being set.
So people who want to play Star Citizen as a single player experience?
Kinda almost like a campaign, but they have.
That's like trying to play World of Warcraft as a single player experience. Like, how are you going to stop people from messing with you?
Yeah, I don't know that I can sit here and say the way that anybody wants to play the game is wrong. I have my favorite thing in Star Citizen in most games is emergent gameplay. Like with the Argo. They're the things that they're designed for. The thing I'm looking forward to is I want to see the things they were never designed for. I want to see Argo races. I want to see Starfare races. I want to see Argo demolition derby. I want to see people, trying to fly a Merlin through the habitat area of Grimhex. So there's the way Star Citizen may be intended to play, but I'm a believer in finding the ways that these games were never intended to be played. And if you could find one of those and enjoy it, then all the power to you.
Big Benny challenge.
Big Benny challenge.
Well, it's obvious that they intended to put Space Bartender in games, so I can't claim that.
Yeah, trust me. When I saw, what was it, Dastro, I think, who took every NPC
That was so.
and flew them back to Port Olisar.
That was after he took all the equipment from Kovalex and then brought them over to Grimhex.
Yes, that's my point. It's not gameplay we ever would have intended. It's not gameplay we ever would have envisioned. But yes, I think it's possible to make your own game out of something if we do our job and provide you with the tools. And we're doing a pretty good job of that so far. And just knowing a little bit about what's up ahead, yeah, I think it'll be possible to make your own game within Star Citizen.
All right. Southern Cross asks, kind of a meta question. How will CIG handle questions from viewers? Since we would expect Twitch view watchers to be flooding the chat with questions to the streamers.
Slow mode.
So will you guys do the question answer sessions for them, or are you just gonna be playing?
Yes, and that's part of why there are co-hosts and stuff. So one person can play and the other person can field questions and stuff like that. So it's I expect the process to refine a little bit. You plan for as many contingencies as you can, and then it's never enough. So I think we got a pretty good plan in place. So yeah, but I don't expect we can never do a stream like this without people asking a litany of questions.
Yeah, and I think they'll be all the way from beginner questions of
what is Star Citizen?
How do I take off? What is Star Citizen? All the way to the kind of questions that you get here, which are more seasoned Star Citizen fans, right? So I'm sure there'll be some questions we can answer, and then some we might have to lean over to Disco or whoever's there.
No, I'll be there. We have a 3-man booth. Yeah. So while these guys are rotating out, I'll be there. Slowly looking like the guy from the end of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade who chose poorly. So we'll see what I look like by Sunday.
Inner Hype asks, Twerk, how do you feel about being the model for both the male and female model in Star Citizen?
It's a great feeling. It's an honor.
This is something I've been spreading around the entire internet since we came to the consensus that Quark is in fact the male model, the basis for the male model of Star Citizen, and we decided that he's also the basis for the female model. So
I was a little upset.
It's actually
recently
Torque 17 system.
Yeah.
Citizen. It's not actually Star Citizen.
They buffed up the male model a little bit. I had to do some extra push-ups, and sit-ups, but it feels good. It's an honor.
That's not funny.
Bro, do you even lift?
No. The answer is no.
Apparently Baron does now, though.
Fighting some iron.
Gotta think. It's gotta think for weights. You put weights on the thing, and then you tried to make it fall on the floor or on you. And I'm told that makes you stronger. I don't really know how it works yet.
Brock De Beers actually doesn't have a question. He just says he wants to send his love to Sandy. With all the stuff that's been going on. Mike Alpha Tango asks, does the Argo fit in the cargo hold of the Caterpillar?
We'll find out when the Caterpillar is in the game.
Okay. Kikassis asks, no, it's he asks about the CryEngine. Looking, it would have been better to do a brand new engine or not an engine. I don't think you weren't even on board when that decision was made. So, gotta continue moving. Skipping questions.
Why isn't Star Citizen made on Unity?
Yeah. Ooh, this is a good question from the judge. Any events planned for Canada for CIG in the future? Any discussions about that?
Not today, but we just hired a new events person, so stay tuned.
Awesome.
I'd really like to see like an ATV and RTV, like a special one time in like Turbulent or one of the other what's the other name?
Behavior,
yeah. They do some really awesome stuff, and it would be cool to do to see a BT style like episode on one of those studios one day if that was ever possible.
You should hold on to that, and if I ever ask you what your opinion is on that, right there, ready to go, Twerk.
I'll be waiting.
No, we've actually already talked with both Turbulent and Behavior about something like that.
That'd be super cool.
Board Gamer.
Don't skip that guy. No, really.
He specifically says, "Twerk, why you not tell me you're supposed to be friend about you being the streamer for Gamescom?" It was this question about any surprises, or it would be 2.5. I think the answer is whatever is live build at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's already been answered that.
Yeah, no, what you're seeing in PTU is, I mean, there was a surprise once in all the builds we've done from PTU to live. There's been a grand total of one surprise in every single build we've done once. So that is not the norm. I would just assume you can probably save yourself a lot of anxiety if you stop expecting that. That was the exception, not the rule.
Guahir asks, do any of the streamers plan to have a particular theme throughout their time at Gamescom? I don't know. I guess I'm talking about like, are you going to wear some type of clothes, or are you going to have a character you're put on? I have no idea. Guahir's asking if you have a theme.
I'm not gonna wear any type of clothing.
So
Go on.
I'm walking around like the male model.
So you're gonna dress up like me?
Yeah.
I have a theme of existential doubt and dream,
My
anxiety. Yeah, and I think strong desperation is going to be a real. It's going to come through a lot in my broadcasts. I'm really looking forward to sharing that.
My theme will be soon to be unemployed.
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna let it like play it by ear, see where it goes, right? The whole time. Because this will be the first time that I think we've all streamed with one another, right? At some point, and I think that'll be cool. And different and exciting and fun. And plus, if we're playing the live builds, we're going to be playing with other people that are watching the stream, and there's going to be all sorts of that emergent gameplay, right? I think that's probably emergent gameplay would be the theme throughout the week, I would think.
Yeah, a fun new emergent game called Kill the Streamer.
Yeah, it's going to be stream snipes.
That's guaranteed. Like,
which is that actually gets quite fun in Star Citizen, I think.
Alrighty. So underscore asks hi. It's not a question. You're fired.
It's more on discussing. Most of the time you go in a circle.
Next question comes from.
And then you have one research paper that you have to
How much longer do we have?
About 5 minutes. Captain Flint asks to the streamers, if there was one new feature available to stream/demo at Gamescom, what would you be? What would you choose, essentially?
Well, I already know the answer to this, and they can't say it.
So, good try, Captain Flint. No. NDA is the answer.
NDA.
the study.
And when did Captain Richard discover that Twix 17 is his long lost brother?
I said that before. I was like, cousins, maybe? Lucky kissing cousins? Yeah, just...
Yeah. We should have been roommates. It would have been super weird.
The class is interesting.
You do kind of look like the before and after picture. And I'm not sure if it's for something good or for something bad. So I'm not sure which is before and which is after.
All right, I think
And
that's
what happened? So we'll just leave it.
Oh God.
I meant like haircuts.
BR is asks a question. This is more of a. I think this is more of a just a expectations question. Is like what should we expect from the presentation? Are we expecting something huge and big and ridiculous, or is it something more of like most of the information is out? This is a question I have to ask because I don't know if this is within that line or not.
I would. Yeah, I'm probably the absolute worst person in the world to ask that question because I'm a big believer in generally avoiding expectations in most cases because it just makes things easier in life. You know, it makes it easier to be surprised, makes it harder to be disappointed. So I would expect Chris Roberts to be Chris Roberts, for him to be as engaging and entertaining as he always is. I would expect to see some cool stuff. I know exactly what that. Have you actually seen the skit that image is from, Baron?
Oh yeah.
Lowered expectations.
That's SNL, right? It's not.
That is correct. Oh, that's Mad. That's Mad.
Yeah, it was
Mad TV.
Yeah. Was it Mad TV or was it Living Color?
No, it was Mad TV.
Mad TV?
Yeah.
I didn't think I watched Mad TV, so I'm wondering why I knew about it if I didn't watch Mad TV.
I just want to piggyback that response of stop expecting everything, man.
Yeah, well, we talked about this earlier, right? The hype.
Sliced bread is not gonna happen. So go in with an open mind. Fun. I went into Suicide Squad. I saw Suicide Squad on its release and enjoyed it. After everybody on the planet was like, "That movie's gonna suck," and it was like, "Well, did they see the same movie I saw? It was pretty decent."
I went to go see Independence Day, and I had the same expectation. I was expecting nothing but explosions and some bad quips, and that's what I got. So I was happy.
No Man's Sky. I was expecting a single player game, then I got a single player game, and I'm happy.
That's not to say that you shouldn't get hyped. It's not to say that you shouldn't be excited. We want you hyped. We want you excited. Everybody, I think Star Citizen is definitely something that's worth being excited about. I'm just saying when it comes to these these events and reveals, just I think it's best if you want a nickel's worth of free advice from Disco to just find that zen place, just show up and let us entertain you for an hour or so and just leave it at that.
You remember when you saw the Admiral Bishop speech? Nobody knew that was coming, and that was awesome. And
2.0.
experiencing that with 2.0, all that stuff.
Don't set that expectation.
No, I'm not setting that expectation, but like the fact that you didn't know that it's coming, and then you see something that was awesome.
So VCQ specifically asked if you should take off work for this, and my answer to you, VCQ, is don't take off work if you can't afford to. Do so if you would like to. But they're more than likely CIG will have all of the presentation uploaded to YouTube within probably a day of it being up there, and there's going to be someone who's going to record the live stream somehow and put it up on Reddit within 5 minutes of the whole thing being done. So
the live stream will be available on VOD on Twitch
and on Blu-ray,
and it'll be up on YouTube like an hour after the thing ends.
Yeah. So
just like it was for Gamescom, just like it was for Gamescom last year. Last year I didn't get to meet anybody after the Gamescom presentation because I was up there in the crow's nest editing video until about 3 o'clock in the morning, so that we could get all that stuff up on the website. So it'll be much the same. You won't miss it.
And I've got a rapid fire question, a couple of questions, whichever seems to be a theme here. The first one is anyone excited for Captain Richard? Then Gracchus asks, will Captain Richard? And last one is from the Nightwetter, is Captain Richard streaming before or after lunch?
Yes. All of them, just yes, across the board.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for taking your time out of your weekend to come and talk with us. Again, for the schedule is on the front page of the Rubber Space Industries website if you guys want to know when they're going to be streaming and when all the events are going to be. And apparently there will be a free flight, which Lando is going to write up and put on there as well, on that schedule as well for you guys, and the ships that are going to be involved and all that kind of stuff. But to respect these guys' times, because they got to get their clock set and they got other things to do, we're going to sign off here. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about? Anything you guys want to promote? Maybe we'll go around and get you guys your own streams, but before we log off, other than the big event,
it's going to be on twitch.tv/Star Citizen. So if you haven't followed that channel, make sure you do.
Let me put that into the follow real quick.
That's what I was going to say, actually. It's Star Citizen's official channel.
Yeah, it's going to be not on CIG Community, on the Star Citizen official channel. This will be on YouTube here in like an hour. So for those of you guys, and I'll also put it on Reddit as well for you guys who need it. So again, thank you guys all for showing up, taking time out. Thank you for everyone who's watching. Please follow all these lovely streamers and Disco on Twitch. And why don't you guys plug yourselves? Let's start with Disco Lando. Who are you? Where can they find you? Yes. Okay. Bad News Baron. Who are you? Where can they find you?
Hi, I'm Matt. I like long walks on the beach. You can find me on twitch.tv/badnewsbaron. You can also find me on the Star Citizen channel next week. And on Twitter @TheBadNewsBaron. We do all space, primarily Star Citizen, but space stuff. There you go.
There. Then we've got DJ Knight. Who are you? Where can they find you?
Hi, I'm DJ. You can find me here on Twitch at DJ Knight. Same thing as Twitter. I stream a lot of space and sci-fi games, and I enjoy gaming. That's pretty much it.
And
DJ Knight.
Torque, who are you? Where can they find you?
Twitch.tv/Torque17. I'm Torque17. And on Twitter, it's @Torque17Gaming, and same on YouTube. And pretty much the same as these guys. Play mostly space games and some random stuff every now and then. And then, other than that, see me in Germany as well on twitch.tv/Star Citizen. Really looking forward to it and seeing all of you guys. It's going to be awesome.
And Captain Richard, who are you? Where can they find you?
I am Captain Richard. You can find me at twitch.tv/Captain Richard. And finally, I'd just like to take an opportunity to thank both Cloud Imperium Games for inviting all of us to represent Star Citizen in Germany at Gamescom. And also thank you to everyone in the Star Citizen community for supporting all of us. We wouldn't be going out there without your support. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you Yes, and I would like to thank Disco Lando, he did have to go, and that was a very loud, long time to be in a Starbucks. Who did take his time out to come out here to do this, and of course all of you guys we set this up about a month ago and taking your times out, everything like that. So go follow these guys if you haven't already, and go check it out starting Wednesday. So we'll only have 3 days until you guys start doing this. So go do that. And for me, like I
Tell
say,
Paul I said, and that was it.
yeah, gotcha. And like I say every night, I hope to see you guys again soon. But if I don't, I hope to see you someday in the black. Have a good day, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.